This video presentation is going to be over calculating the volume of water in a rectangular or square tank. As a preface, I do not own any of the questions and material presented in this video, as it was all sourced off the open internet. I have, to the best of my knowledge, presented the proper formulas and the correct answers, as this is a study guide and for educational purposes. If it helps you learn, that's great. Here we have the formulas for calculating volume off the state of Florida formula sheet. As always, I recommend getting a copy of whatever sheet your testing agency provides and use it while practicing the math so you can get familiar with it. In this video, we're going to be doing rectangle slash square. So the volume of a rectangle is length times width times height. Also notice that for water treatment, volume is solved in cubic feet, so all units of measurement must be in feet. So here we have a picture of a rectangular tank. The formula is length times width times height. Note that height can also be interchangeable with depth when solving for volume in a rectangular tank. Here's our first question. A rectangular tank measures 10 feet long by 18 feet wide and 20 feet deep. How many gallons can the tank hold? With all word problems, I like to pull out my known and my unknowns so that I can keep track of them. So what we know is the length is 10 feet, the width is 18 feet, and the depth is 20 feet. What we don't know is how many gallons of water the tank can hold. So the formula for calculating volume in a rectangular tank is length times width times height. And remember, the units must be in feet, which they already are, so we can plug everything into our formula. So you have 10 feet times 18 feet times 20 feet. And that's going to give you 3,600 cubic feet. Remember, because we did feet by feet by feet. We're going to need to convert this to gallons, because that's what it's looking for, is the gallons of water the tank can hold. There are 7.48 gallons per cubic foot. So to convert, what we want to cancel needs to go on the bottom. So we're going to set that up. You have 3,600 cubic feet times 7.48 gallons over a cubic foot, and the cubic feet will cancel out and you'll be left with gallons. So you do your multiplication, and the answer is 26,928 gallons. A rectangular tank is 20 feet long by 8 feet wide by 3 feet deep. The tank holds how many gallons of water? So just a note on this question, it doesn't say feet, it has a single apostrophe. That single apostrophe usually stands for feet. In general, when given length in feet and inches, we use a single apostrophe to indicate feet and a double apostrophe to indicate inches. So keep that in mind. It's something to learn for when you take tests and exams. Back to the question. First, we're going to pull out our known and our unknowns. So what we know is the length of 20 feet, a width of 8 feet, and a depth of 3 feet. We need to find out how many gallons of water this tank will hold. So again, volume is length times width times height. 20 feet times 8 feet times 3 feet. And we get an answer of 480 cubic feet. The question again is asking for gallons, so we're going to do 7.48 gallons per cubic foot and multiply that by 480 cubic feet. So when you write that out and do your math, your cubic feet will cancel out. You're going to do your multiplication, 480 times 7.48, and the answer is 3,590.4 gallons. What is the volume in gallons of a tank 40 feet square and filled to 12 feet deep? So again, this is just another way a problem can be written. So 40 feet square means that it's 40 feet long and 40 feet wide. So we can pull our knowns and our unknowns out with that. So again, 40 feet square means it's 40 foot long by 40 foot wide, a depth of 12 feet, and we're looking for the volume in gallons. We're still using the same formula. Volume is equal to length times width times height. The units of measurement are already in feet, so we can plug them in. 40 feet times 40 feet times 12 feet. And someone's apparently at my door. Do your multiplication. You're going to get 19,200 200 cubic feet. Again, the unknown is the volume in gallons, so we're going to convert 19,200 cubic feet times 7.48 gallons over a cubic foot. That way your cubic feet will cancel out. Do your math, and the answer is 143,616 gallons. The distribution system has 3 storage tanks. Each tank is 50 feet square and 30 feet deep. What is the maximum storage volume of the distribution system in gallons? So first we're going to pull out our known and our unknown from our word problem. So what we know is that the tanks are 50 feet square, so that's 50 by 50, so 50 foot long by 50 foot wide, and each tank is 30 feet deep. There are 3 tanks. What we don't know is the total storage volume in gallons. So first, let's solve for the volume of an individual tank, which is length times width times height. So 50 feet by 50 feet by 30 feet. You do your multiplication. You end up with 75,000 cubic feet per tank. We want gallons. To convert cubic feet to gallons, again, 7.48 gallons per cubic foot. One day we might remember this number without having to look it up on a formula sheet, but until then, it's on the formula sheet. 75,000 cubic feet times 7.48 gallons over a cubic foot. The cubic foots and feetsies cancel out, and it's going to leave you with gallons. Each tank holds 561,000 gallons, and there are 3 of them. So 561,000 gallons times 3 tanks, and that leaves you with a total storage volume of 1,683,000 gallons. Calculate the volume of water in a tank in gallons, which measures 12 feet long, 6 feet wide, and 5 foot deep, and contains 8 inches of water. All right, let's separate out our known and unknowns from the word problem so we can keep track of them. So what we know is the length of the tank is 12 feet. The tank is 6 feet wide. It is 5 foot deep, and it is filled with 8 inches of water. What we don't know is the volume of water in the tank in gallons. So with word problems, you need to read what they say. They have given us extra information in this word problem. They have given us the depth of the tank, but they're asking for the volume of water in the tank in gallons, and the tank is filled with 8 inches of water. So we don't need the depth. We're going to be using the 8 inches of water, and again, volume is in cubic feet, so we're going to have to convert 8 inches to feet. If you didn't know it, there are 12 inches in a foot, and to get the inches to cancel out, it's going to be division, so 8 inches divided by 12 inches, the inches cancel out, and you end up with, when you round, 0.67 feet. So now that we have all our units of measurement in feet, we can plug it into our formula. So you have a 12-foot long tank that is 6 feet wide and is filled with 0.67 feet of water. So you're going to do your multiplication. You get 48.2 cubic feet. And again, the question is asking for gallons. There are 7.48 gallons in a cubic foot. You're going to do the math. The cubic feet will cancel out. You're going to be left with gallons. And the answer is 360.8 gallons. So that was 5 questions on varying ways they may ask you to solve for volume of a rectangular or square and to find the gallons. To be fair, we also solve for cubic feet, so that's an added bonus. Hopefully this video helps you learn. Thanks.